I'm so bored, I'm so lonely. Bored and lonely. Two words that I've never had in my vocabulary, but I'm hearing them every day. My kids are bored, or I'm so lonely. I live in a world with lots of people, but I feel really lonely. I'm bored because I've got nothing to do. And it's a really interesting concept for me, because as an exercise professional, the reason that I think I've never been bored or lonely is that this body that I live in, and you live in one too, is so exciting and so interesting that I'm constantly studying it, because I want to be fit, I want to be healthy, I want to be strong, I don't want to be bored, I don't want to be lonely, which means I want to have great self-esteem, so I love being by myself. So I'm constantly studying how the human body works. Now, in a world where literally we're fatter, sicker, weaker, more diseased, more depressed, the world is really screwed up physically and mentally. Why don't we study how the human body works so we can stop all of that? If you don't want to be depressed, if you don't want to be overweight, if you want to be fit and strong and have great self-esteem and great hair, skin and nails, if you want to be able to fight germs, bugs, viruses and diseases, and if you want to do that for your kids, and that's always my question, as a parent, as a teacher, a coach, a boss or a leader, don't we have a responsibility to work out, to understand, to know how the human body works so that we can inspire, help, motivate people to be healthy, to be fit and to be strong? And I'll rephrase that. If I am healthy, if I am fit and I am strong, is it possible that I can do everything better? Is it possible I'll be better at my sport, at my job, in my relationships? I'll have better wealth creation plan. Everything will be better if I'm healthy, fit and strong. So why do we give healthy, fit and strong responsibility to the doctor, to the allied health professional, to the government? Why do we give the responsibility of our own body to somebody else? Why do we believe other people about how to get healthy, fit and strong? And I think it is pretty filthy to give that responsibility to somebody else, because you live in your body the same as I live in mine. And if we pass that responsibility to a doctor, for example, what if they're wrong? And I share that with passion and enthusiasm because unfortunately, the biggest killer in the world now, apart from coronary heart disease and type 2 diabetes, is medical misdiagnosis. Medical practitioners get it wrong. Two medical experts will disagree. I've been an exercise professional all of my life, and it's been one of my biggest challenges. One doctor will say one thing, another doctor will say another thing, and they're completely opposing. So as an exercise professional, how do I know which one to believe? And surely the only way that I'll understand how my human body works is to study my human body. So that means I can't get bored, because I've been studying the human body every single day of my life since I was 13 years of age. I'm now a very old lady. I still know very little and I'm studying every day. So I can't get bored because I'm constantly studying. And I can't get lonely because I'm always thinking about what's going on inside my body. How do I make my body perform better? How do I think more clearly? How do I become more creative? How do I get better at what I do? Now that might sound really selfish, but here's a great question. If you are a boss, a teacher, a parent, a coach, if people are relying on you to inspire them and motivate them, surely that's a big responsibility to then understand how the human body works so that we can inspire other people. Don't we have a responsibility to learn how this thing works so that we can help other people perform at their best? And that's just as simple. If you're a teacher or a coach, for example, how do you get your students to learn more effectively? How do you get your athletes to perform better? That all comes from how the human body works. And we seem to give that responsibility to the psychiatrist or to the cardiologist or to the orthopedic surgeon or to the general practitioner. Why? And there's an even better question to ask there. If you do end up in a doctor's office or, God forbid, in a hospital, would it be a really good idea to be able to ask the right questions of those people rather than just believe them? I don't want to become a victim of medical misdiagnosis. I don't want to become a victim of one doctor said one thing, one doctor said another thing, and I believe the wrong doctor. I want to understand how my human body works so that I can be the best human being that I can possibly be and keep getting better, because I hate using the word best, because once you decide you're the best, of course you can't get any better. And that's why I keep learning every day, so I can keep getting better. I want to learn more every day so that I can inspire more people, motivate more people, and be the healthiest, strongest, fittest human being that I can possibly be, which means, of course, I can't get bored and I definitely won't be lonely. If you really like who you are, and doesn't that come from great self-esteem? And doesn't self-esteem come from achieving, doing, being the person that you are motivated by yourself? When you look in your mirror, do you like what you see physically? Do you like the way your body feels to touch? I always ask that question. But are you proud of the person that you are becoming? And I always ask that question of myself every day. I like who I am today, and I'm excited about who I am becoming. Who am I becoming is determined by what I learn every day. So I can't get bored, and I'm never lonely. And I wish for the world not to ever be in that position. There's a lot of talk now about our kids being lonely, even though they're surrounded by thousands, if not millions of people on social media, and they've got connections via the internet. But what about connection with yourself? And surely if you really like who you are, and you have self-respect and self-esteem, and you like hanging out with yourself, then of course you can't be lonely, and you'll never be bored, because this human body that we live in is so interesting and so exciting to understand. And if you want to perform at your best, surely you need to understand how that human body works. And if you want to keep learning about that, you'll never be bored. So if you don't want to be lonely and you don't want to be bored, learn how the human body works so you can actually live your life to the max. How are you? Not bored, not lonely, loving life. Woohoo! Keep learning every day.